There we go. Well, welcome everybody. It's great to see you.
Hello.
Great to see, Alice. It's awesome to see you. Looking very
Hi.
pretty in your orange there. Very nice. Is
Oh,
it
thank you.
orange or pink? I don't
It's
know.
in New York City too, but it's orange.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Nice. Great to see
Beautiful.
you. You've had your hair done,
Mm.
everything different. Cool.
Just for you guys.
Thank you.
All for you guys.
Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to our managers meeting. What have I got on my screen there? Something.
It's not the managers meeting. We're going on to the
Oh,
normal.
sorry.
Keep
The
up,
team
Jill.
meeting. Oh, there you go. I've had tennis and I've had strength work. I'm all over the place. Anyway, welcome. Yeah. And
Hi.
we just wanted to sort of, just go through our system that we're using with This Is It. The This Is It team that is absolutely smashing it across the globe now. They've got hundreds of senior presidential directors. They're leading with the opportunity. We are right in it here in Florida. They are right here. So we've been to we went to Vegas when was that? January. And they had about 450 people there in Vegas at Eric Worre Studios. If you want to Google him, he's like this guru network marketing extraordinaire. And he teaches people across the world how to be a network marketing professional. So we went there, and they just got elite senior presidential directors. They're no different to any of us, actually. They're very nice people, very helpful. They just learn how to duplicate. So, and they just went through every step that you need to do, that you need to know to be able to duplicate. And if you want to, you don't have to, but I mean, if you want to make some money from this, they just showed how you do it. So we had Meredith Burkich there. She is the president of LifeWave. Um, so she talked about how she's been through Asia. Australia's absolutely blowing it up as well. It's the most sales in Asia now. Um, which is really good. It's getting out there. So that's really cool. You got X49 as well now, which is awesome. And hopefully you'll be getting the water machine in the not too distant future. Um,
Can I say something very quickly about Australia, where Australia and New Zealand is differentiating itself from the rest of Asia Pacific? She goes, I spent time in Japan, very big market, spent time in Korea, it's been open just on a year, but their sales have absolutely stagnated.
yeah,
Why?
yeah. I was going to just cover that. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
so she said they'd stagnated because they was using all the patches. So she said we're seeing a dip. Japan was the strongest in Asia, but now it's dropped down. But she said because they were going with all the patches. So anyway, what does that mean? It just means that it's growing so fast. This is it team. They're looking at having 1 million members this year. They came in 2 years ago.
So
So yeah,
Julie, we'll just tag team here for a second.
okay.
So LiveWave cracked $600 million last year. They're on track for cracking a billion this year. That's an astronomical growth. 86% of the revenue to the company comes from X39. Inside LifeWave, the fastest growing, most significant team that there is the This Is It team. So if we're leaning on a system within the fastest growing network marketing company in the world, where the system that we have access to is being the catalyst for the explosive growth of LifeWave around the world, then all we have to do is to hitch our wagon to that train and get going.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I know Marsha, we were leading on the one of the things that we lead on to very, very early on in what we do now, once we registered someone, is a welcome call. And I know Marsha had a reasonably good experience with that with Julie.
She's had
So
a couple, so I wanted to sort of just give everyone an overview of what it entails, if that's okay, Marsha.
Yes,
So
yeah, thank
Marsha's a manager in LifeWave. She's heading towards director and senior director very quickly. So thank you for
thank
all your help in the last few weeks too.
Oh, wow. It's been quite a learning curve for me as well. And one of the things that I find why it's so important to have this call with at least two levels up, at least. Lou and I came into the business in June and got to go to the conference last year in a very quick time. So we got the big picture all at once. But these new people oftentimes don't have a chance to come in and then connect at an event. So we have to connect them and get them to someone to show them the big picture so they feel that team presence. And it has just been wonderfully received. Of course, we had a great learning experience with one lady. She set her goal to be manager within 2 weeks. And another lady said, I kept saying, I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody. Well, come to find out that she's only been in this country for 7 months and she doesn't have a network. But when Julie said, are you active in social media? Oh, yeah. So lesson learned from that is if someone's new in a city and they don't know people or new to this country, we have to, ask. Julie's great at asking those questions and finding out what they want to achieve, getting to know them, their likes and, family size and all that. And it's just a really heartwarming call. And I can't recommend, I recommend it highly to do.
Thank you. Yeah, I find that we've only been doing it probably, I don't know, the last 8 weeks. After we came back from Vegas, we met with a heap of them, all these leaders, and we have videos from them as well. So we've just been putting it all in, and then we got he said Jarvi Solis, he's a ESPD. He said you got to get to people 24 to 48 hours after they sign up. And I was like, how do they do that? But it's the welcome call. Well, that's what I call it, the welcome call. He goes, just get to them, but he's on a video. And then when we spoke to him in Vegas, he just gave us a couple of other great tips as well.
So the practicalities in and around that is both Julie and I, we have a calendar link. So when you register someone and you go, okay, fantastic, I registered. Hey, the people I work with, this concept of edification, i.e., yes, speak about Knut and Julie or Marsha or Kame. They know what they're doing. They've been around. They know the system. They would love to meet you, so you can get a feeling of how the bigger team works. Because this is all about teamwork, and having our calendar links up on your screen when you're speaking with the person that you just registered, you can book the meeting there and then. And we can set it up so you can get the Zoom done. And it's the old saying, and never leave a meeting without booking the next meeting. So the moment in time you have the person registered and you call them back and say, got you registered, fantastic. Hey, the people I work with love to meet you. This is a relationship business. We want to meet people. And this is not to get them going, anything, get started, anything. It's a welcome call. Hey, my name is Knut. I got 5 dogs. We got 14 chickens running around. We live on a property, 10 acres outside Tallahassee in Florida.
So
I
was just going to say,
Alice, we'll put the calendar link into the chat here.
so what we found just from doing this in the last, 8 weeks is people are sharing more. How about that? So they get their patches and they all say, oh, I want to get a result. I had one lady the other day that didn't care. She was ready to go. I was like, oh, there you go. So anyway, but, then you can talk to them because I say, well, we have, regenerative doctors in our business. So if you have some issues, we can help you, holistically and stuff like that. And then are you aware that you can get the cost of your patches covered, because I can tell you a lot of supplements and things you can't, right? So, it's been really good. And the other nuance that we've noticed is if people come on a Zoom, like as we'll say Zoom, if they come on an opportunity presentation and then they see you on there, see us on there, and we have a welcome call, it's even better. It's even better because they feel like they know you. And then you probably end up having a bit more about um, the sharing bit. I have done some that I haven't had any connection with people, and there's been no brand partner on with me. Um, I do my best on those. That would be not ideal, I guess. You want to have some familiarity if you can do that. Um, but yeah, we're getting a lot more engagement, and people are actually also, I'm getting people that haven't been on a Zoom that said they wouldn't come on, right? So you sign them up and they go, I don't want to go on a Zoom. But we have a welcome call, then we've got a number of hits with that. They're coming on the Zoom to look at the presentation after that meeting. So it's this little relationship. But we got that from these guys that are the manager making machines out of This Is It, and that's what they're doing. And I'm like, why can't we do it? But I could see a huge difference. All right, so we've got a question there with Miss Alice.
Oh, and that was kind of accidental, but at the same time, I was gonna text Canute because I see that.
That's gonna. I'm gonna make it available to everybody.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to remember my question now, but
It
I
was. You had a calendar. Here you go. That's the
yeah.
calendar link for me. Julie will drop her calendar link in as well.
As far as the welcome call and opportunity call are you saying first do the opportunity call and then follow up with the welcome call?
Yes, ma'am. So the
And
moment in time they are registered, you have a number of personally registered people, right? Some of them we don't know, and whether they've been in for a year or more, we can still have a welcome call.
right,
And for new people, we can still have a welcome call. Nice to meet you. What are you using the patches for, etc., etc., etc. Very non-threatening, low key, and all that kind of stuff. If they haven't been on a Zoom call, we can set up a one-on-one Zoom call with them. We are running our Zoom calls Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. So for you, that would be you're 2 hours back or you're 3 hours back?
3 hours. So I'm just trying to understand when these all are because I printed out from youthing.com or whatever. It says there's the power of the patch on Tuesdays.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
that's
don't
not
follow
us.
that calendar.
Yeah.
We're running a whole different system. Why don't we set up a call tomorrow or something like that, Alice, and we take you through exactly how we are working the This Is It system.
I got it. Thank you.
Yeah, good point. Um, Meredith, you're confusing me. I'm seeing Steve, and I'm trying to go, that's not Steve. All
It's
right.
okay. No, I didn't change gender. And he will be here for some meetings when he can be. Yeah, I'm Meredith.
That's a sick joke over here, but I won't go into it.
You're waving your hand, by the way. Meredith, you're waving your hand. I thought you had a question.
Oh, you got your wave up. Hang on.
How do I get it off? That was accidental. I was actually taking
Lower
down your
hand.
lead
I'll take it.
data.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
My apology, everybody.
All right.
All right. Well, let's get on to this. So, leading with the opportunity, it's actually pretty easy, and you can actually lead with it a lot more often than finding someone to patch who's not very, who's sick, right? So, leading what Steve Merritt is like, they just have videos every day. They talk about it on their school, what Kame was mentioning. But anyway, it's leading with the opportunity. You can speak to more people, and I did one last night. I mean,
You
we were at
disappeared,
dinner.
darling.
I'm
Your
sorry.
voice is gone. Your voice is gone.
What?
I
I'm here.
can't hear you.
I
I hear
can hear
Julie.
her.
I hear her. I hear Julie.
I
Yeah.
can hear her.
You must have muted her, or I don't know. I can hear her too.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. You
Anyway,
continue, please. Okay.
okay. Yeah, so anyway, just as a quick example, okay, before we just get into the bigger picture, a lady, we were just, she's a server, we know her, we go to this restaurant, but, we never really did anything, we didn't, and she just had a few problems opening up the can of something, and she mentioned something, and we're like, oh, have you got a problem? And she's like, oh, I can't open this. Like, she's probably like, how old can you, 45? Something like that. Anyway, this is how we went into the opportunity, right? Because we're like, oh, I might be able to help you with that. Have you seen one of these before? I do it naturally. And she's like, oh, what does that do? So then I did, just a quick, oh, well, this actually helps your body to regenerate. So, we have a lot of success with people if that's, that big A word. And she's like, oh my God, does that work across your body? Couldn't believe she said that. That was amazing. Because most people can't work that out, right? And I said, there's a great opportunity with this. You can make extra money. And she's like, oh, I'm up. I want to know about that. Can I? Oh my God, I need to know. So, you know, I just saw that and I just said, usually I say you open to other opportunities, right? You can say that too. But that's what I did. And yeah, they give me my
So,
number. And what do I do then? I send them the link. This is at info.com. And then I ask them, like, I will follow up. I will be contacting you in the next 24 hours to see how you're going. So my goal with that lady, and I actually said to her, you know what, I'm going to do a Zoom with you so you can see what is available. And she's like, oh my God, I know some people that would want this. She was really onto it. I was like, wow, I don't have to say much, you know. So anyway, so my goal is she looks at the link and then we put her on to a Zoom. So we run Zooms Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. But I will do a personal Zoom if I can get somebody on a personal Zoom quicker. Jubby solace, first 24 to 48 hours, be on it. Because you know what people are like, they forget about it, right? Life gets in the way. So if
so
you can do the Zoom yourself, that would be, unreal.
that's something we're working towards. You guys being able to do a mini Zoom yourself, doing a mini presentation yourself. Time is of the essence. So, for example, we're running the Zooms Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Now, there is a This Is It presentation in Australia.
Oh,
If you go to the thisisitteam.com website, there are actually times when they are running this around the world. They have it in England, mainland Europe, they have it in Australia, New Zealand, and the times are there both with Queensland and New South Wales and Victoria times on them. The invitation that Steve has, if you go to thisisitteam.com and you go to the 10-step system, go to step 5, and down the very, very end of the page is Steve Merritt's own invitation.
you want me to show that, Canute, or?
Yeah, well, I can get to it real fast.
So I'll read it. This is what I say. Like, these are really easy lines. You can remember them like easily. They suggest that you say, I'm launching a holistic technology. Now, sometimes you might want to just, change that if you want. I mean, I'm launching a holistic technology that no one knows about and everybody needs. So, what have you heard about stem cells? And people are like, oh, I don't know, like, da da da. And I said, I was never told by my doctor that as you age, your stem cells become dormant to the point at age 30, half of them are active. Oh, he's got a bit of a word thing here. I don't go into all this. I have found that some people don't know, they don't know what stem cells are. So then I just say, oh, you need stem cells for your brain, to repair your brain, to repair your heart, to repair your pancreas.
Okay, yes. So this is the script that he's using. You rephrase, paraphrase this. It's step 5 of the This Is It team down the bottom of the page. There are a couple of other scripts that are sitting there. Now, obviously, you're not Steve. You might not be talking to John, but put the meat on the bone here is the fact that we are a patented technology. We are launching a technology into the marketplace. La 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 la. All of those lines are basically condensed in here, so you can get your own way of inviting people. I don't have to sit here and read this out. But this is an opportunity. We're leading with an opportunity. As it says down here a little bit further down, this screams, because it's exclusive, the testimonials, it screams opportunity. We're talking serious income. Are you open and looking? Now we have circumnavigated and completely gotten out of that ambulance chaser mode. Oh, I have this magic patch that can help you with your back and with your lower, with your ankle or whatever. That's all gone. We're focusing on the opportunity makers. People, there's 7 million people or 8 million people, 7 million people in the United States at the moment that are working 2 jobs or more.
And I'd say there'd be a fair few in Australia too.
Oh, yes. And people have been squeezed left, right, from top, from bottom in the last 4, 5, 6 years. The economy, I always say that different types of economy. You have the world economy, you have a national economy, you have the local economy, and then you have your own personal economy. How is your own personal economy going?
So this one, learning, we were talking about what you would need to learn, right? In the last meeting, actually. So this is an income producing activity. Learn the line, right? Because you can just drop it in wherever you are. And now we know how they do it. They do 5 or more a day, right? Okay. Some people can do that, some, don't, right? But it's easy to do it because I'm out. When I'm out, I can do that easy because I'm talking to people. And Louise brought this up earlier. When we're talking to people, we use the form, what do you call that, Canute? Form acronym. So, I mean, we're all good with people, right? We've all signed up lots of people. So we're talking about duplication. So form, talking about their family. So make up something about the question about the family. O is occupation. So we use this a lot. What do you do besides this? If we're out in and having dinner or something like that, somebody's sprightly, they've got a nice attitude. So what do you do besides this? What do you do in your spare time? That sort of thing, occupation. And then we have recreation. So what do you do in your spare time? Recreation. So Canute's really good at this because they say, oh, I like playing tennis. And then he goes, well, why aren't you doing more of it? And they're like, oh, I got to work. So you get the answer, right? That's the message, the form, family, occupation, recreation, M for message. So are you open to other opportunities? We've got a great opportunity for you. With your person like you with that attitude, we'd love to have you in our business. Or I'd love to have you in my business.
Or on our team or
Our
whatever.
team, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what can people say? Are you open or looking for other opportunities? Well, it depends. Yeah, I understand. It totally depends. But if it was worth it, would you actually at least have a look? And I go, yeah, okay. So you negated that whole thing about standing there and trying to explain everything on the spot. Get the phone number, and here's the key. Don't text. Pick up the phone, say, I will call you, and have some posture. Have some posture. I always say now, hey, I'm going to call you twice. What's the best time to reach you? What time of the day? What time, which day? I'm going to give you a call. I'm going to text you my number, and I'm going to give you 2 chances. I'm in a hurry. I'm looking for some key people. And if you don't actually answer the phone in the next 2 of the 2 attempts, your number will go in the square bin. seriously, I don't have time to chasey.
Chasing, yeah. But I do like it. I do find that I get a lot more engagement than I did before. Put it that way, from people, because there's something in it for them, right? Because you've led with the opportunity. You're not selling anything, if that makes sense. It's
Okay.
an opportunity.
All
So,
right.
and we're sorry, I just said something else. So, but when I have led with the patch, it's been hard to turn them into an opportunity. So I've seen that with a lot in my team as well. People aren't sharing because they've been led with the patch. And it makes sense. It actually makes sense because we're selling and then people are kind of like, oh, I've got to buy that again, whatever. So, and then being in these meetings that we've been to with This Is It, we were in one late last year, and then, we've got the CEO of LifeWave in attendance at both, telling us what's happening across the world. And it's, that's why I'm like, if you can slip it in, even if you do start with a pack, you've got to turn it into an opportunity so people see there's something in it for them, and you'll see an amazing uptick in prospects for sure.
So I'm conscious of time, darling. So speaking to you all, whether you're in Australia or here in the US, leading with the opportunity, it's kind of interesting because if you end up in certain socio-economic circles, either they will go, I can't afford it because the exchange rate is bad or whatever. Well, then the next one is, well, we actually have a way to actually cover the cost of your patches. It's that simple. We have a way to cover the cost of your patches. It's a system, it's a proven system, and you take away that objections right away. And for that purpose, we put in place a challenge for everybody here that if you break a manager yourself, if you create a manager module between now and the end of March, Julie and I will afford you, give you an X39 sleeve. So what does a manager module look like? Two personals on the left side, two personals on the right side, all four, or at least four of anyone that you have introduced must be active, i.e. they must have purchased in the last month. If they're brand new, they must have at least 180 points in total volume purchased since they're registered. And that way you build out a manager module. Manager making modules or being a manager making expert is the fast track to the future in this business. If we can help you identify someone in your team that you personally introduced that would like to go manager to have the cost of the patches covered, then let's do that. It should take anywhere between 24 hours and 2 to 4 weeks to get that done. We are working on, Julie, could you put your Calendly in the link as well?
It's on the Telegram channel. It's pinned on the Telegram channel.
Okay, I haven't pinned
Member
mine.
of Telegram.
Okay, so any which way. So let us work with you to create these managers. Because once you have a manager on the left and a manager on the right, whether your personal is on the left or the right, doesn't matter, hill or beans, we will work with you to create this. At that moment in time, you have set yourself up for being a director. And that's for the month of April. And we're running this 90-day challenge now. We're actually a little bit more than 90 days to the end of June. But anyone on this call can be a senior director by the end of June, which means that you're looking at say $500 to $750 a week if it's built correctly. If we get people on authorship, we roll through, we are consistent, we speak to 3 to 5 people a day, we follow up 3 to 5 people a day, and we invite people to come to the Zooms. That's how easy it is. If you only speak to 3 to 5 people a month, you ain't going to get no momentum at all. It's not going to happen. And the key here is to pick up the phone. Don't be lazy. Don't try to be cute. Don't try to run and email people and send texts and whatever what's not. Nope. The phone scripts are there on the website and are there for a reason, because people can hear the excitement in your voice. And as Steve always says, you only need 1 or 2 to actually set yourself up. Could you imagine if I had Steve and Gina's phone number and I could gotten through to them 2.5 years ago? And I said, hey, Steve, it's Knut. I come across some amazing technology. It is the holy grail of natural healing and regeneration. I need to show you this when you have some time. So anyone who set up or break, number one, if you're not a manager, speak with the person introduced you, speak with us. How can we help you go manager? Number 2, if you are a manager, help someone in your team go manager. There's an X39 sleeve on the table for that as well.
So we had a lady, can I just say, so I'll give you an example of what that looks like. Marsha and I had a welcome call on Friday with a lady. Now she wants to make money, and we set her a path to be manager in, she said 7 days. But she had a need, she had a why, and, you know, she's got great people skills. So, you know, Marsha's helping her with that. It's going to be on 3-way calls, things like that. That's what it looks like when you offer the opportunity to somebody and they're like, oh, I'd like to. Well, she's actually got 2 of them, actually. Yeah. So at least, and maybe probably Rebecca that's on the call as well in another way, though. So they come from an opportunity, and that's what they look like. They want to get going, and they want to get their patches paid for quickly, and yeah. So
and don't think that you're pestering us. We are sometimes busy, yes, but send us a text, reach out to us. I mean, Julie and I, we typically are in contact with our upline, at least, even at our level, at least 2 or 3 times a week. When you grow in this business and you're learning the ropes, don't be afraid to pick up the phone. Send us a text. We might not necessarily respond within 10 minutes because we could be on a Zoom or whatever, but that shows us that you are active, you're doing something, and we will revert. We'll come back to you because we want you guys to succeed. That's the thing. So the next step, once you actually gotten someone registered and you've had a welcome call, Julie.
right, so we can have, if people, some people, what we've had in the last couple of weeks, they've come on for a welcome call and then they've had a get start at the same time because we've kind of been crossing over with some people and stuff. So let's just say you had a 15-minute welcome call, and then in a week or 2, the people go, oh, all right, I want to start sharing. We would have like a get start. So that is where we ask them about would they like to get their patches covered, and obviously they're coming on the meeting because they would like to know how to do that most often. So we ask them about, oh, well, we show them how to get to manager, and that is how they're going to get their patches covered. So we get the manager PDF off the This Is It Team website. And then we go through that. We ask them, how quickly would you like to get to manager? There's 4 people, right? And then 7 days, 14 days, or slow 30 days. So we have the manager making machine system from This Is It. So we have all these Zooms running, right? So we have like 3 on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night. We have some others on the weekend, some of the other team members. And as you get better, you can start to run your own as well, because then people can just jump on, because the Zoom is the holy grail. The X39 presentation is the holy grail for people to see what what this is all about, and then how they can get their patches paid for.
Okay.
So
One point in here. When someone has registered and you're doing the welcome call, 24, 48, 72 hours, and in that welcome call, we find out, do they want to cover the cost of the patches? If the answer is yes, that's option A. If the answer is no, they're not interested, they want an experience, in many respects, view those people as a customer,
yeah.
as a wholesale customer. That's fine, not a problem. Give them a call when you see they have received the patches. Have you remembered to put it on? Are you tracking? Yada, yada. Go back to option A. People are wanting to have the cost of the patches covered. Here's the key. Set up 3 Zooms in the first week and set up 3 more Zooms the following week. Whether you invite them to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday or hours, or you run personal ones for them, 1, 2, 3, 5, 10 people. It could be an in-home Zoom that they're running. But the key here is set up the Zooms and run the presentation for them. If you need us involved, if you need Kame involved, if you need Marsha involved, let's do it.
It's a team.
Yes.
So don't
It's
feel,
the team.
I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. You have people that can help you and they know what they're doing. Because we've been working with them, and Louise as well. So like we've been working with them over the past few weeks to get them up to speed.
So that book 3 Zooms 1 week, 3 Zooms the following week. Invite 3 to 5 to 10 people to each Zoom. Because that's the way the rubber hits the road. You want to have those quick exposures. And there's a psychological advantage here as well. The moment in time someone can register, say, 4 people in a week on a core package or above, well, for all intents and purposes, they should be a manager already. But if they register 4 people on a core package in a week, they have 4 times $35 coming into their bank account, which is the product introduction bonus. That's $140. And then they will scoop up at least 1, maybe even 2 cycle bonuses. That's another 50 or $100 coming in. Now they're seeing that it works.
So LifeWave changed, I don't know, for Barry maybe, and Meredith probably. You know, LifeWave changed the packs in the last few months, and they added BV to it. So the whole idea was that people could get cash cycle bonuses quicker. That's why they did it. That 180 points instead of 165. Yeah, so that's why they did that.
So that's really the whole package here now, is that let's just focus on the income producing activities. So make a list, of course, of one way or another. There is some social skills as well. So social media, I'm extracting that from the Rise Up convention in Vegas, and I'm going to put it and make it available on our YouTube channel. Not a problem.
Can I just speak to that for 1 second, Canute?
Sure.
So, you know, I was just mentioning before, you know, you can wear a patch, put a photo. I've got one on. So you can put a photo on Facebook and say, if you knew what this patch is doing for me, you would want one too, right? You don't put LifeWave, you don't put X39. Curiosity. Everything is curiosity, because if you put LifeWave, people go and Google it.
Yeah.
Right? Or they go on Amazon and order it. I've had that as well. So it's curiosity. Now, I thought my Facebook wasn't very active, right? I had a lady from Australia in the Gold Coast contact me the other day going, I want to get involved with that patch. And I was like, wow. And then she's like, oh, I'm a network marketer. And I met her on a trip back there. So anyway, I thought that was pretty cool because she didn't know what it was, right? She just remembers seeing me putting a patch. I don't really put much on my Facebook actually, but like I have to put that on. So you just don't know who's looking. So that's a really cool way to lift prospects.
Yeah, I mean, I put one on my Facebook and it went, I think I stuck this on my arm. In 3 months, I lost 44 pounds. DM me if you want to know how.
No weight loss.
This bad boy, I stuck it on my arm. I was 61 in December. Today, my metabolical age is 32.
I think that's better.
But seriously, I mean, you can put out anything that creates a curiosity, and people
Yeah.
will DM you.
Yeah. Louise gets a few on your Facebook, don't you?
I do. The last one generated a core, an advanced, and two personal, what's it? You know
Preferred
what? I
customer.
don't sign them up very often, so it's not, it's not something I like to speak out loud. I'd rather do core, but it's called, okay, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Preferred customer.
Preferred customer plus. I signed
Right.
up with
Oh,
a Facebook post, but I didn't say LifeWave and I didn't say X39. I had a picture of me in a dress and I had my arms up like I was dancing. And I says, I feel better. I look better. Do you want to know my secret?
right.
That I was like,
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
You
yeah.
score one here, the one there, and suddenly you have a referral machine going. So, yes, you can use social media, but don't sit down and wait to become a social media expert. It's just like, okay, a little bit of activity here or there, pick up the phone. Let me see, I'm just going through what else is. Okay. Okay, so leading with LifeWave is not a duplication you want to promote. Not at all. So LifeWave stays in the background. We had someone come through the other day and they go, oh, I want to get in on your group and everything. And they have another network marketing business. And I said to Jules, I said, we just need to send them a question. Would you like an unlimited compensation plan? It's that simple. I mean, before we let people into our own personal group, we check their profile. And if they're with another MLM, I'm not going to let them in by definition because they will start to try to flog their stuff inside. So,
Yeah, I get a lot of people in that Facebook net. Over
yeah.
300.
Yeah. And the key here is just, hey, do you want to check out the best compensation plan there is? No limits. And I've been in this industry for 25 years, and I say this all the time. I have never, ever, ever seen a compensation plan that pays out on a weekly basis with an unlimited opportunity.
Hey, Knut, could you repeat what you just said about look and see if they're network marketing people? I didn't understand what you said.
Okay, I'll slow myself down. Sorry, I get enthusiastic.
You do.
What I'm saying is that we have a private group, and when people apply to come in, we basically vet them first. We go to their Facebook page and we see if they are in another network marketing organization.
Oh, you can tell.
Yeah, because most of them will try to flog, whether it says Juice Plus or CBD-based oils or some other stuff. They will have those kind of posts on their website, and we go, nah.
I don't know. It's our team's Facebook page. So it's just testimonials. This is the one I'm talking about. I think you're talking about the same one, Canute.
Okay,
So
yeah.
we're in control of it. So if somebody does that, we can stop it. I had one lady try to. I didn't even know she did. She messaged me because she was like, "Oh, my posts aren't showing," and I was like, "Well, what posts are they?" She was trying to sell her product. So I said, "Well, this is actually our team. Facebook group is not for that." So it's all LifeWave. So if you can send people there, I have a little spiel, and then we can monitor it. So we're going to have a Facebook Live on there soon. I've got one of the doctors that's in our team. She's going to come on. We're going to do a chat on there and just start lifting people. So if you want to be involved, let me know.
Let me see. Okay, time-wise. If you haven't registered and you're in the United States, register yourself for go to thisisitconvention.com This is where we're running the entire training system. We're running it will be in Orlando first, second weekend in August. And if you have a chance to be there yourself, it's like you suck up the electricity in the air. So the energy is unbelievable.
People
Absolutely
come from all over
unbelievable.
the world. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have a Norwegian team, and I'm working with another LifeWave team over there. And they didn't even know that it was coming. So I dropped the line in, and next time I spoke with them, they went, "Oh, we booked our trip to Orlando in August." I mean, it's a 7 hour flight, 8 hour flight. I understand Australia, yes. I will see if we can get the virtual link. There will be a virtual link as well, and then when you have the virtual link, you will have the replay available. But if you can get yourself here in person, you will never ever regret it. The first one we went to in Tampa, and Steve, I was crook as a dog, and as we say in Australia, I was sick, not feeling real good at all. But on Friday night, Steve Merritt gets on stage, and I had this question in my head: how do you drive depth?
Yeah.
And nowhere had I found where defining how do you drive depth. I had never found it. And he goes on the whiteboard, and he is the master. And he literally draws it out. This is how you draw depth. This is how you build depth. And I went, thank you, Lord. You gave me the keys to this system now.
Mm.
Then the following week, we're in Houston. Oh, sorry. Yes, in Houston. And those keys unlocked the door. The following weekend, we were in Louisville, Kentucky. And we unlocked the door and walked through the doors. And life has never been the same. That secret.
Yeah. So I would say it looks like this. If I can draw a picture, we sponsored, I don't know, 100 people in our first year, I guess, but we didn't know how to drive depth. And I know there's some people here that have put in a lot of people, right? We didn't know how to drive depth. We thought, oh, we've got to do this. But now we know how to drive it. I would do it completely different to what I did then, right? Because we've been through all the training. But yeah, I'm at risk of harping on it, but those welcome calls are everything.
So fast forward, we have the challenge running to the end of March. We have the 90-day cycle running to the end of June. Everybody on this call, set yourself as a goal that you want to be a senior director. You will be a senior director because we are leading into, secondly, we are leading into the second trip of the company this year. The first trip we are going on, it's going to Punta Mita here in the US, which is on the west coast of Mexico. In Europe, they're going to Croatia, and in
Australia,
Asia
they're going to
Pacific,
Bali.
they're going to Bali. There will be another trip, probably late October, early November again, and the qualification criteria for all of that will probably start somewhere in and around July, August. Probably, I would say, actually June, July.
Yeah.
So running into this with momentum, you yourself continually introduce 2 or 3 people a week. You help other people to do the same. You're setting up a machine that will have people come with you on these trips because these trips are so much fun.
And this system, this is what the trips are based on. These are the people that this is it created it. They're all on they're in the LifeWave, directors board now. So what we're learning and teaching here is how you get the trips. Because if they're not duplicating, they're not going to get to the higher levels.
Mhm.
And, LifeWave have opened up new ranks. They're changing the compensation plan so that you get paid for even building depth now. So depth being manager, 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 and then more managers, right? So you're working with people deep. So they could be like 17 levels down and you find a senior presidential director there.
This is coming in. We have heard on the grapevine. We don't know the final details, but it's being introduced and rolling out in Q3 this year. So, but what we have with the This Is It system, guys, is that it sets you up for the success of being able to tap in to the whole new or the updated compensation plan that's rolling out. If we build it, whether this is it system, we are ideally positioned to maximize that on the way through. And I think, Barry, you would be interested in that, wouldn't you? Yep, I thought so. So I'm going to kind of stop here, but any questions to what we've been talking about? Because now is the time, everybody. We've got 2 weeks to the end of March. Let's crack managers. Let's run Knut and Julie out of X39 envelopes.
Try it out. See, they open other opportunities and see what the answer is.
Yes. But before we introduce family members, give your upline, Julie or I, a call, because family members, there are certain things that we need to make sure that happens when we work with families or church groups or sports teams or whatever, is that there is a strategy here. So seek advice before you plonk people in. Pretty pleased with sugar run. We can change it, but it's so much easier if you have that conversation up front.
Yeah.
Can I?
My extended team were invited tonight, but they don't really understand what we're doing here. So I have a team meeting tomorrow night. And is it okay if I extend this challenge to them as well if they plug into what we're doing
You want me to come on it?
tomorrow night? Sure.
Yeah.
It's
Then Julie can run our normal meeting or the other way around.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that makes sense because what's coming out of all of this is duplication.
Right.
Yeah. So I shall slow down my speak.
All right. Thanks.
I want to call you Steve, but you're not Steve. Meredith.
Yeah. A quick question, Knut and Julie, and it may be helpful for Baz. I don't know Julie too. With the new enrolment packages and the manager module, could you possibly just quickly go through, with or without a visual, the bit about say someone comes in and you're encouraging them to or the opportunity to pay for their patches comes up one way or another, and you're encouraging the development of 2 on the left and 2 on the right. What is the recommendation, core and advanced, if that person has come in on a core versus if they've come in on an advanced, please?
Good question. Remember, you need 4 people, 2 left, 2 right, with a total order value, purchase products in their lifetime with LifeWeb 180 points. So if you come in on a core package, you already have 180 points.
It's 300, Knut. For a manager, it's 300. So
No, hang on. The 4 people, 180, 180, 180, 180. You yourself have to have 330. If you want to go manager, you need a total of 330. So either you can upgrade to be a advanced, or they've had to place a second order, if they're just a core, a second order of another, what's that, 180, 360, 150 points.
So when they come in and they want to share, we have to teach them how to share the patch, like one patch, rather than sending 10, etc. Right? So then they'll order another patch to keep them active as well. But we need to be able to teach them.
Are you able to do one of your fantastic little cheat sheet, quick sheets with that little bit of info on it?
It's actually on the This Is It. Hang on, it's on the thisisitteam.com website.
Yep.
And it's downloadable. If you go to downloads, you will have a manager PDF. It has all
that one.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about, Meredith? Does that answer your question or not?
No, I've got that, but for some reason the question came up because I think somewhere along the line we talked about creating the manager module, and it was, I think the wording was something like core or above, and I guess in the back of my head was, surely it's different if a person is coming in and trying to recoup the financial balance from a core sign up versus coming in at an advanced sign up, what's the formula for each of those?
Are you talking about the recuperation of the money?
Yeah, just so it's like that, and the mind doesn't play with it.
Okay, so
Yep.
I've never worked that one out on a piece of paper.
I can.
The
Just
product,
wondered.
more advanced.
the product introduction bonus for a core is $35.
Yep.
The product introduction bonus, whether you come in as a core and upgrade to advanced, is $75.
Yep.
So if you yourself as a brand new person and you came in as an advanced, there's $40. Sorry, am I saying $75 for you? No,
Advanced.
you're not upgrading. You're registering yourself, so you're not getting a product information for that. So that goes to the person who introduces someone,
Yeah.
right?
And then cycle.
You yourself, you might have a blend of advanced packages and core packages. So if it's 2 and 2, you will have $70 plus $150. That's $220. Plus, you will have some cycle bonuses. And cycle bonuses then depend on how deep the shared team is.
Yep. And then the cycle bonus starts, always has, but now probably more clearly with one on each side, doesn't it? So if we're going 1 in the shared leg, 2 in the personal leg, 1 in the shared leg, which is the old regime, as soon as you go 1 shared, 1 personal, you'll start to receive something. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
You will get
Binary
the product
qualifier.
yeah, you will still get the product introduction bonus, but until you're a manager, you're tapping out on the cycle bonus at $100. You will not get any more.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
sorry,
Well,
that
I'll
was a
write
bit technical.
That's in right.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay.
Welcome.
So yeah, I put the my Calendly link in there if you need some clarification, questions, book a meeting there and we'll, just cover what you need to know. We're walking through this system. We understand it's a little different. We understand that, might be a little bit of confusion. It's actually simpler. It's actually simpler and you can get more stuff done. So, so we're here to help, and we've spent a fair bit of money to learn this ourselves. So we had to go places and stuff, and we're very excited now to be able to actually have our hands on it.
Yeah,
So-
absolutely.
So I think we're good to go unless anyone has any questions. We're right on 9 p.m. in Florida. After
So
we had
Alice-
a tornado warning all day.
Oh, poor things.
So fun. So hey, Alice, if you want to book some time, whether with Julie or myself, just grab that link and we'll set it up. Because moving from one team to the other, there were a few differences, put it that way. And the duplication process is really what we're driving towards.
Okay. Sounds
You
good.
want to build it once, right? You want to build it once. You want it to
Yeah.
be sustainable.
Yeah.
So I know that the way we did it at the beginning, it wasn't sustainable, but we didn't know any better. So we were just doing what we could, really.
Sounds good.
All
Thank you.
right.
It's
All
great.
right,
Thanks.
everyone. Have a good evening. I hope this was useful.
Have a nice morning.
If
Down
you
under.
have us, hang on, one last thing. If you want us to cover anything specifically that you have any question about, send us an email so we can actually wrap it up into next Sunday as we roll forward. Email address is very simple. It's either Knut or Julie. So Knut at or Julie at activatethestemcells.com.
Can you say that again? Canute?
Put it in there.
At activatethestemcells.com. Or Julie at activatethestemcells.com. Because in many respects, we pull out what we feel is needed, but you guys might have specific questions, and then we can have a deep dive like what Meredith wanted on the money side of things. We can have a segment on that.
Right.
Right.
And we can do that. And then, as we just had this little mini manager meeting before, but, then we just get it all done. So we're not wasting time during the week and, an
Yeah.
hour here and an hour there, right? We're all busy. So please, send those questions, and then it'll be great.
Okay.
Just focus for an hour, and we're good.
All good.
Thanks, y'all. Appreciate
All
you.
right.
All right.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
evening.
Bye-bye.
Have a great Monday in Australia.
Thank you. Bye-bye. It's beautiful.